Good morning, everyone. So, last class we had one DPP left for the discussion. So, let's start with that. We have already discussed DPP 6 and 7, and this one will be the last for periodic table. So, in the long form of the periodic table, lanthanides are placed in. Lanthanides. What are. Okay, in the long form of the periodic table, lanthanides are placed in. Now, where is lanthanide and what is lanthanide? What we had said, we have in D series, we have 3D, 4D, 5D, right? 3D starts from scandium, 4D starts from yttrium, and 5D starts from lanthanum. After this, all the deep F block elements that we fill from cerium to lutetium, these are known as lanthanide series, right? So, lanthanide series will be placed in 5D. Okay. Now, if we look at the periodic table, where does this 3D starts? In periodic table, here we have 3D, then 4D, then 5D. This is 3D, this is 4D, then 5D, then 6D. Right now? So, it is the first period, second period, third period, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So, it is coming in the sixth period. 5D, lanthanides, will be starting from the sixth period. So, option C will be our correct answer. An element belongs to 3A group and fourth period in the modern periodic table. What could be the probable atomic number of that element? Now, fourth period and 3A group. So, if we look at the periodic table, so what will be our 3A group? This one is according to the Mendeleev's periodic table. What it did? Mendeleev divided group 1 to 7 into two parts, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B, and so on. Right now? And after that, 3A group will be similar to the 13th group of present periodic table. 3A group of the Mendeleev will be same as that of 13th, and 3B will be same as the 3. Okay, so 3A is same as 13th group. In 13th group, if we see, we have boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, and thallium. And this one is the second period, third period, and fourth period. So, in fourth period, which element is coming over here? Gallium. What is the atomic number? 31. Okay, this is just a memory based question or memory based way to solve the question. Now, if you want to completely solve it, what we can do? We will write the electronic configuration, and that electronic configuration should give us 13th group and fourth period. Let's check it once. Gallium 31, what it is? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p1. Now, if you look, we have 2, 4, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30, 31. So, we have written the electronic configuration of gallium. What is the largest value of N? Largest value of N over here is 4. So, it will be in the fourth period. And the last electron is going into P. So, group number will be 1 plus 12, that is 13. So, we are getting 13th group, fourth period. So, option C will be our correct answer. Let's move to the next one. Element X has 12 proton in its nucleus. To which group in the periodic table would it belong? It has 12 proton, any element. Now, if any element is having 12 proton, and for that element we can also write atomic number is 12. So electronic configuration will be what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Which block it is? Block will be S block. Period will be 3. And group will be 2. So option B will be our correct answer. The atomic number of elements of second inner transition element lie in the range. Second inner transition. What are inner transition? Inner transition elements are F block. How many F block? We have 2. We have 4 F series and we have 5 F series. Right now, 4 F series starts from where? Cerium to lutetium, right? And this one starts after actinium. We have thorium, 90. Actinium is at 89. Now after that starts from thorium. Till how many? Till 103, lawrencium. So it will be from 90 to 103. If we know the starting atomic number, it's good enough. If we don't know, what we can do? What we know? It starts from the D block. Scandium, how much it is? 21. We will add 18. What we will get? 39. Again we will add 18. How much we will get? 57. So first lanthanide series is starting from 58. It is starting from 58. So next what we add? 32. So it will start from 90. And after 90, next 13 elements will be in the F block. Why? Because in F block we can have total 14 elements. So here it's 90, after that 13, we are getting till 103. Okay. So let's move to next one. An element atomic number is 13. Which of the following statement concerning this element is wrong? An element has atomic number 13. Z is 13. So number of proton 13. Yes. Element is placed in the third period of the periodic table. Third period. If it is 13, so in first I have 1 and 2, then from 3 to 10, then from 11 onwards. Yes, it is in the third period. In first period I have 2 elements. In second I have 8 elements. So in first 2 period, total 10 electrons, 10 elements will be filled. In the third one we will have 13th. The element is placed in group 4A in the periodic table. Group 4A. Which group it must be? We have 13, right? 11, 12, 13. That means it is 13th group element. Is it 4A group? No, it should be 3A group. So this one is wrong. The formula of its oxide is X2O3O3. Okay, 13th means we have 3s2 3p1, in total 3 valence electron. How many valence electron we will have in this element? 3. This element is what? Aluminium. What it forms? Al2O3, aluminium oxide. This is correct. Okay, so next one. Which of the following belong to the same group? A plus 3 number of electrons equals to 10, B plus 2 number of electrons equals to 10. Same group, okay. C number of electron 5, D number of electron 31. Which of them is lying in the same group? What I had said. If elements are lying in the same group, then gaps would be of 2, 8, 18 or 32. If any element is lying in, 2 elements are lying in the same group, then what will happen? The number of electrons or atomic number should vary by these number. Right now? So A plus 3 number of electron is 10. That means in A, number of electrons should be how much? 13. Right? Number of electron is what? Number of electron is Z minus charge. Right now? So here it is 13. B, number of electron is 10. So B will be 12. C, number of electron is 5. C is 5. And D, number of electron is 31. D is 31. Now, if we see here gap is of 8 and here gap is of 18, that means A, C and D, they are following this number, they are following this gap. So, A, C, D will be lying in the same group. Okay? So, option C will be our correct option. The element which accepts electron readily to form an ion, any element that is gaining electron. Who will gain electron? Who are strong non-metals. Metals lose electron, non-metals gain electron. Which group? 17th group. Or halogens. They have tendency to gain one electron. Okay, so 17th group is 7A, 7A group, second period, 7A group, third period, no, no. So we have now two options, 7A group and I have second period and third period. Chaliye. So in 7A both all the elements have tendency to gain one electron. But which one will have very high? Which one is the best option? So in 7A, I have, or 17th group that I call, I have fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. This is second period, this is third period. The element which accepts the electron readily to form an anion. Now this, again at this level, we have not discussed chemical bonding or electron affinity. So we will just go by this, ki fluorine is the strongest non-metal, it will have tendency to gain electron, and that's why I will go with option A. Again, we have not discussed periodicity of properties, electron affinity has not been discussed. Okay, neither they have given some condition, in which condition they are asking, in gaseous state or aqueous state. So I am going for option A. The formula of the ion formed by element A is A plus 2. The element A can probably belong to which of the following group? A plus 2. A plus 2 means tendency to lose 2 electron. Tendency to lose 2 electron. Now which element will have tendency to lose electron? Metals. Group 1, first group have tendency to lose 1 electron, and second group has tendency to lose 2 electron, right? So that must be in the second group. Now if it is in the Mendeleev's form, it will be 2A. Okay? So option C will be our correct answer. Let's move to question number 9. Which element do not belong to group 2A or second group? 2A is for Mendeleev, second group is for Module. Now we have to compare which one is not in this second group. First, let's write down the second group. All the elements, what were they? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. These are all the second group elements. So which of them is not matching? Beryllium is there, magnesium is there, calcium is there. Which is not matching? Lithium. Lithium will lie in the first group. So option C will be our correct option. Now again we are moving to the next question, and again we have atomic number what? 32. So atomic number 32, what I will write the configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p2, 2, 4, 10, 12, 18, 20, 30, 32. Now, what we have to find out? What is the period number? What is the group number? What will be the period number? Largest value of n. Largest value of n is what? 4. So, period 4. And what is the group number? If the electron is going into the p orbital, then number of electron plus 12, that is our, right now. So it will be in the 4th period and 14th group. Now again they have given by the name of Mendeleev. Okay, in Mendeleev, 3A, from 3A to 7A, all of them are from P block. Okay? Noble gas was not discovered. So 3A is 13, 4A is 14, 5A is 15, 6A is 16, 7A is 17. Okay? So here 14 will be written as 4A. So it is in the 4A group and 4th period. So option C will be our correct answer. Question number 11. Most of the radioactive elements are, this is the just memory based, property based question, and that we had written in actinide series, right? In actinide, after uranium, all the elements that we have, they are called as transuranic element. All of them will be radioactive. So we will go for actinide series. Representative element, if we call S and P block, we don't have any radioactive. We have radioactive, matlab initially we don't have. In P block at the end, you will have some radioactive elements. Okay? Question number 12. The element Californium belongs to the group. Now these are all the memory based question. Okay, sorry. So the element Californium belongs to Californium. Now these are the memory based question. You have to remember the atomic number. Here Californium CF, atomic number will be 98. Now if we know the atomic number, then we can say in which group it is. Now its atomic number is 98, and just few questions back I have discussed the actinide series goes from 90 to 103, right? So 98 will be somewhere nearby, right? So actinide series starts from thorium, then goes to uranium, and after that 98 will be in the actinide series. So option A will be our correct answer. The electronic configuration of starting and ending element of fourth period. First period we have 1 and 2 elements. Second we have till 10. Third we have till 18. After that from 19 to 36, this is our fourth period. In first period I had 2 elements, in second I had 8 elements, in third I had 8 elements. So first I filled 2, then 8, then 8. How many elements I have filled? 18. 18 elements I have filled, right? So I will start filling in the fourth period from 19, and I will go up to next 18 element, that is 36. 19 to 36. What they are asking, what is the electronic configuration of the starting and ending element? A starting element, that is potassium. What we will write? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. Right? This whole thing will be argon. So argon 4s1. And ending element will be 36, that is krypton. What it will end with? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6. Right? So the ending will be 4s2, 4p6, and here it will be 4s1. 4s1, 3d10, 4s2, 4p6. Option A will be our correct answer. Position of element Z equal to 24. What you have to do? Write the electronic configuration. What it will be? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d4. Now, if someone says that actual configuration is this, no, this is not the actual configuration. Actual configuration should be one electron should be jumped from here to here. 4s1, 3d5. Why? Because we will have half-filled configuration that will be more stable due to exchange energy. right now. But whenever we are deciding the position, whenever we are deciding the point at which an element is kept, that we will decide on the basis of normal configuration, not the more stable one, right now. So which block it will be? Third block, sorry, D block. What is the period? Largest value of n, so period is 4. And what is the group number? Number of electron into the last d orbit plus 2. Sixth group, fourth period. So it will be sixth group and fourth period, right? Okay, again, they have all continuously asked question on the Mendeleevs. So Mendeleevs, what I said, 1a and 2a. These are group 1 and 2 in modern periodic table. From 3a to 7a, this is from 13 to 17. Group 0 is 18, and then 3b to 7b, this will be group 3 to 7 in the modern periodic table. And 8th consists of 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so group 1, 2 will be represented by 1a, 2a. ठीक है ना? Then 3 to 10 will be 3ab to 7b and 8. Till 10 done. Okay, we are also left with now 3a to 7a, 13 to 17, and 0 is our 18th group. Okay, na? Now let's check. 7a. So here we have position of the element Z24. What it is? Sixth group. Sixth group will be where? Sixth group will be somewhere here. So it will be 6b. It will be 6b and fourth period. 6b and fourth period. Option B is correct. Okay, one number is left that I was searching over here. That is group 12 or 2b. 2b will be our group 12. Okay, now we have from 1 to then 3 to 10. Okay, then we have 12 over here, and then we will move from 13 to 18. Right now? Chaliye. Next. According to IUPAC system, what would be the systematic name of an element with atomic number 109? Atomic number 109. What I had said, for 1 I will write un, for 0 I will write nil, and for non or in, both name is correct. So un nil nonium or un nil enium. So name will be un nil enium. So as the name suggests, option A will be our correct option. Question number 16. Which of the following is not a rule for naming element with atomic number above 100? Above 100, we had the simple rule. The name should be related to the atomic number. All element name must end with IUM. The symbol must be of 2 letters long. The symbol should be derived from the atomic number. What is it? Not 2 letters long, right? It is not a rule, because for 0 we write nil. For 8 we write oct. For 7 we write hept or sept. So that is not a rule. IUM we end with, it is based on the atomic number and it should be derived from the atomic number. Both are almost same statement. So option C. Transition elements are placed in the periodic table between the group. Transition element are placed in the periodic table between the group. From where? From 2. What I said, from 3b to 7b and 8. This is our group 3. This is our group 7. This consists of 8, 9, 10. 1b will be 11, 2b will be 12. So this is the mapping of Mendeleev versus Module. In Module 3b, sorry, A modulo 3 will be representing 3b of Mendeleev. And it will go from 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. Till 7, 7b will be representing 7. Now, 8 group consists of 3 group of the modern periodic table, that is 8, 9 and 10. And after that, 1b will be representing 11 and 2b will be representing 12. What is transition element? From here till here is the transition element. What I had said, any element having unpaired d electron is known as transition element. Okay, now they are known as the transition element. So it will be kept from 1a and 2a. After 1a, 2a, we have 1a is group 1, 1b, 2a is group 2. So we will be starting from 2a to 2b. Between this 2a and 2b, is there any option like that? No. We have 1a and 2a, 1a, 2a, not there, 2a and 3a. Okay, we have 3a and 4a, 7 and 0. Now, options are not completely correct. Why? Because 2a starting point is good, ending point should be 3b, 2b. After 2b, I have 3a, that is group 13. So they are giving, it is placed between group 2 to group 13. But as we know, 12th group elements are not called as transition element. Why? Because they do not have any unpaired d electron. Here for me the best answer if I go, then it is B. But correct answer if I say, then it will be 2A and 2B. Okay na? 12th group, that is zinc, cadmium, mercury, these are not included in the transition element. Why? Because they have d electron, but none of them are unpaired. That's why they are not included in transition element. So according to this question, they have included that also, but that's is incorrect. Out of these four, best answer will be B, but correct answer if I go, then it will be 2A and 2B. Okay, so let's move to the next one. 18th, the electronic configuration of an element M is this, then M belongs to. Just check the electronic configuration. Period will be what? 4. And group will be what? Last element going to 3, to sorry P, so we add 12, 15th group and period we know. So 15th group, what I said, 13th starts from 3A and goes till 7A, that is 17. So 15 will be 5A. So which group it is? 5th A group, option C will be our correct option. Which of the following famous scientist? Madame Curie, she discovered radium, she worked on radium, the whole family worked on radium. So it's in the honor of Madame Curie that we are naming it as curium. 20. Which element among the following belongs to the noble gas? Again, memory based. I will go for organization. These are memory based questions. Till now we have not done this. So I think we have completed it. So this part is complete now. So now what we have to start? We have to start with the new topic. And the topic name is chemical bonding. So till now what we have done? Till now we studied atom. How atoms, sorry, what is the structure of atom, how the subatomic particles are arranged. We had different type of models. Then we went to orbital and the current modern atomic theory. After that, what we did, group of atom we took, and these group of atom formed element. We studied about the properties of element a little bit, or outlook of property of element and how they are arranged. Now after that, what is the question that can arise? If we have some element in the nature, that means they are stable. But again, some element, let us say if I have nitrogen, we find it in the nature, it is present in the nature. Oxygen, this one is also present in the nature. Right now, they do not react. In air that we breathe, it consists of nitrogen and oxygen. They don't react at normal condition. But we also have some compound, NO2, N2O5, N2O3. Now, question is, why nitrogen and oxygen underwent bonding? What was the reason that they had to react with each other? Question number 1. Second, if they are undergoing bonding or if they are undergoing reaction, then how they are reacting? What is the process of reaction? Right? So two questions arises from here. Why reaction takes place, and if reaction takes place, then how? And that process will be called as bonding. So if we see any element, the elements undergo chemical reaction Now, why they undergo chemical reaction? That was our first question. What we asked, why nitrogen and oxygen is reacting? If they are stable enough in the air, why they are reacting? What was the reason? What can be the reason? The first reason that we will say, that anything in this world wants to get more and more stable. Okay, that is a very basic layman language answer. We can say that everything in this world wants to become more stable, and to become more stable, they will undergo chemical reaction. The element undergo chemical reaction to gain stability. Now, how will they gain stability? By losing their energy, by losing their potential energy. To any element in this world is undergoing chemical reaction just to complete its, just to gain its stability by losing its potential energy. Right? So this gives the answer for our first question, that why reaction takes place. Now if nitrogen and oxygen is more stable, is stable at room temperature, and they are undergoing chemical reaction, that means they must be forming or gaining higher stability. Okay, if any two things A and B is reacting, maybe they are stable right now, but after reaction they are gaining more stability. Right? That's why they undergo chemical reaction. Now one question more arises, why then all the nitrogen and oxygen in the air is reacting with each other to form this compound? Now reaction will take place, but we need certain conditions for the reactions to take place. Okay? We need some condition. That means in this case we need a very high temperature. Reaction will start at a very high temperature. In fact, nitrogen and oxygen reacts in atmosphere when a lightning takes place. At that temperature, nitrogen and oxygen will react and will form even more stable compound, that is NO2. Okay na? Chaliye. So let's move to the next question now. How they undergo reaction? Why they undergo reaction, that we have seen. They undergo reaction by bonding. Right? Why they undergo reaction? To gain stability. Now question is, if two elements are reacting, then how can I say they have gained stability or not? The first thing in the periodic table, what we have seen, we start from group 1 to group 18. This is the most reactive metal, group 1 and 2. These are most reactive metal, right? Here we have a group of non-metals, 17th group based non-metals. But what scientists found out at that time, what we saw, कि these 18th group element, these 18th group element, they are from helium to radon. They were not reactive, they were not forming any compound. Now, how we know that they are forming any compound or not? Their compound are found in the earth crust, right? For example, if we have sodium, the sodium salt is present in the sea in the form of NaCl, right? Magnesium or calcium, we have CaCO3, we have MgCO3. So these compounds were found in the earth crust, found in some form or the another, maybe in the salt, maybe in the stones, maybe in the minerals. But these were not found. Group 18 were not found in the free state. That means their compound, they were found in free state, but their compound was not found. So what perception we made? Then we came up with a thought that this group 18 is very less reactive, That means they are noble or inert. That's why we call it as noble or inert. Right now? So we looked at the electronic configuration, and what electronic configuration we have? General configuration is NS2NP6. Just understand how we went ahead step by step. We wanted to gain stability, good enough. Then we looked at the periodic table, we found one group of element having a certain electronic configuration, that is NS2NP6. They are highly inert, they are noble gases, they do not undergo chemical reaction frequently, not even frequently. Very late we discovered the first element of Xc. So what we came up, this here, all the electrons are paired. Valence electrons are paired and fulfilled. So this was our criteria for the stability of electronic configuration also. So we made a concept, we came up with a concept. What concept we had? We came up with a concept that all elements undergo chemical reaction to achieve the electronic configuration of the noble gas, that means 2 or 8 electron in the outermost orbit. In all the noble gases, if you look, the helium has 2 electrons, rest all of them have 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So we came up with an idea, we came up with a concept. What concept it was? Ki all the elements is undergoing chemical reaction to gain stability. Good enough. How will they gain stability? By achieving the electronic configuration of the noble gas, inert gas. Right? How many number of electrons we need? Either 2 or 8. And this was named as octet rule. So now we came up with a new rule, that is, so every element in this world, according to this rule, till now, that we have come up with. Right now, this is our step-by-step growth. So octet rule says every element in this world is undergoing chemical reaction just to achieve the electronic configuration of noble gases, or to have 8 electron in their outermost orbit. So they need to have 8 electron. Let's say sodium is forming NaCl that consists of Na plus and Cl minus. Now if you look at Na plus, it is the electronic configuration of neon, and Cl minus, it is the electronic configuration of argon, right? If we have a compound as MgO, it consists of Mg plus 2 and O minus 2. It is the electronic configuration of neon, it is the electronic configuration of argon, right? If we look at some other compound, for example, ammonia, so nitrogen had 5 electron, valence electron was 5, right? So it is represented, we will learn how to draw it. It is represented as this. So here I have 2 electron in this bond, 2 electron in this bond, 2 electron here, 2 electron here. So nitrogen has 8 electron and hydrogen has 2 electron, right? So they are all the elements following octet rule. So this rule was validated by few compounds. Okay na? So first thing that we have to study is octet rule. Now few things that you must remember: for cation anion we know if it is a cation it loses electron, for anion it gains electron, right now? Now for if some compound is given like this, till now we will discuss it. So each line is representing a bond and each bond means 2 electron, and this type of system is a lone pair, this also represents 2 electron. So here nitrogen has 8 electron, hydrogen has 2, right now? Let's have a look at one more compound like this. We have PCl3, phosphorus, again same thing, or we have CH4, right? So again here phosphorus has 8 electrons, here carbon has 8 electrons, hydrogen has 2 electrons. So all of them are following octet rule. So this was our first, you can say, rule for bonding or rule for reaction, right now? So they have to achieve 8 electron. They want to have 8 electron in their outermost orbit. How can they have it? By forming different types of bond. To achieve 8 or 2 electron in the outermost orbit, the elements undergo bonding. Element is undergoing bond formation. Now bonds are of 3 types. We have 3 types of bond. One is electrovalent, another one is covalent, and third one is coordinate. If someone asks me what is chemical reaction, now we will look at in a different way. Now in an atom we had 2 things only. One was nucleus, one was electron, right? The atom consisted of 2 things, nucleus and electron. Nucleus was embedded in the center with all the positive charge and other particles. So nucleus was not taking part in any chemical reaction. Nucleus will not take part in the chemical reaction. In which it will take part? It will take part in the nuclear reaction. So what we are left with? Electron. The whole chemistry of chemical reactions of class 11 and 12 is based upon this only. Only one part, that is nuclear chemistry, will be based upon nucleus. But main player of the whole chemistry will be what? Electron. So we will consider as the, in the layman language, to make it easy to understand, we will call it money of chemical world. That is most important thing in this world. We will call it as the money of the chemical world. Okay, so what is chemical reaction? Electron will be money and reaction will be business, right? Exchange of money is business, exchange of electron will be chemical reaction. So for us, chemical reaction is nothing. If we call chemical reaction is nothing but exchange of electron. The chemical reaction is business, electron is money. Now in a simple way, if A and B is undergoing a chemical reaction, is undergoing a business formation, company formation, what they can do? One, A will go for 100% of investment and B will work for it. Right now? What can be the one theory of business? A is the investor, it is investing its money, it is investing its electron, and B is utilizing that money, utilizing that electron to gain stability. So in this, A is donating money or donating electron, and B is gaining electron. Right now? So A will be donating electron and B will be gaining electron, right? So in this, the new bond or new company that is being formed, this type of bond will be known as electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Okay, so wherever we have investment type of theory, that bond will be known as ionic bond. Now in the ionic bond, what happens? One of the element will lose electron, one of the element will gain electron. For example, what we had taken, MgO. Now Mg, if we see, Mg has 12, it will lose 2 electron to get Mg plus 2. Right, and oxygen has 8 electron, it will lose 2 electron and it will gain 2 electron to form O minus 2. The metal that is losing electron will be known as cations and the non-metals that is gaining electron will be known as anions. So here it is Mg plus 2 that is cation, O minus 2 that is anions. Now these Mg plus 2, we will treat it just like a spherical ball. Mg will be treated just like a spherical ball having some positive charge on it. And O minus 2 is some another ball that is having a negative charge on it. So what we are doing? On one sphere, on one spherical ball, I am putting some positive charge. On other spherical ball, I am putting some negative charge. And when we bring them close, what will happen? There will be a force of attraction between them. This force of attraction will be due to opposite charge and this causes stability. Okay? This bond will be known as ionic bond or covalent bond. Okay? So ionic bond in any system, if one element is losing an electron, it is forming cation, another one is gaining electron, it is forming anion. So one has positive charge, one has negative charge, there will be attraction between them. Due to that attraction, they will gain stability and that attraction or interaction will be known as ionic bond or covalent bond. Good enough? Now second type of business, what it can be? Second type of business is A and B both do not have sufficient amount of money to start the business. What they will do? A will invest or A will bring 50% of the money required and B will also put 50%. Both will work together. Right? This is what we can say 50-50% partnership, equal partnership. What will happen? For example, nitrogen. Now nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen had 5 electrons. Okay, how many electrons it need? 3. But it can't gain. So what it will do? Nitrogen will give 1 and hydrogen will give 1. They will form a bond. Again nitrogen will give 1, hydrogen will give 1, they will form a bond. Again nitrogen will give 1, hydrogen will give 1, they will form a bond. Nitrogen had 5 electrons, it utilized 3, 2 is left over here. Now in this type of bond, what we see? Nitrogen is not donating its electron to hydrogen, neither hydrogen is donating its electron to nitrogen. What they are doing? Nitrogen is giving 1 electron, hydrogen is giving 1 electron, both are using it collectively, and now nitrogen will use these two and these two. How many? 6 and this 2, 8. So nitrogen is using its own electron as well as electron of hydrogen, so it is having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. And hydrogen is having 1 of its own and 1 from nitrogen, so it is completing its duet. Right now? So what is happening over here? Nitrogen and hydrogen will share electron and gain stability. And such type of bonds are known as covalent bond. Such types of bond will be known as covalent bond, where we have partnership type of business, where we have equal investment, 50% from both the partners, right? Now my question is, how they gain stability? As we see in the ionic bond, positive and negative charge, they are causing or giving us stability, and due to that they are becoming stable. Now what happens over here? Understand, if we have an element A, so its electron will be revolving around it. Electron of A will be revolving around A. Electron of B will be revolving around B. The core electrons, electrons that are closer to nucleus, they are tightly held by nucleus. They are revolving around A and B. Now few valence electron of A, they were loosely held. Okay, core electrons means electron that is nearby to the nucleus. Force of attraction of nucleus will be very high, force of attraction will be very high, right? So what we can say, ki A has 2 types of electrons, that is core and valence, and these electrons are tightly held by the nucleus. Tightly held by nucleus. So they are stable. But these valence electrons are loosely held by the nucleus. So they are not that much stable. What I am doing, for both A and B, I am placing these valence electron between both. What do you mean by between both? I am placing those electrons between 2 nucleus. From first nucleus it was having a lower force of attraction, from second nucleus it was having a lower force of attraction, but now I am keeping both those type of electrons between A and B both. Now what will happen? Those loosely held electrons, those valence electrons will have force of attraction from A as well as from B, and that's why they will become stable. Getting my point? We are keeping it very simple. What we said, we have 2 types of electron, we have to stabilize them, we have to gain stability. How can we gain stability? By increasing force of attraction. Higher the force of attraction, more the stability, less the energy. Now A had few electrons that are loosely held, B have few electrons that are loosely held. We are collecting all those electrons and keeping between 2 nucleus, A and B. Now these electrons will have force of attraction from A as well as force of attraction from B. And thus, as the force of attraction will increase, hence stability will increase. Now what will happen? A, core electrons I am representing by yellow line. These are our core electrons. They will revolve only around A, because they are kept in for 1 nucleus. For B, core electrons will revolve only around B. These are our core electrons. What about the valence electrons? They are kept over here in the middle. That means now they will revolve around both of them like this. These are our valence electron and these are our core electrons. So core electrons are placed along with one nucleus, they are revolving one nucleus, whereas valence electrons are placed between two nucleus. That means they will be revolving both the nucleus, they will be getting force of attraction from both the nucleus, and hence they will gain stability. So what we can say, in case of covalent bonds, the valence electron is placed between two nucleus and hence due to increased force of attraction they will have more stability. Okay. So in case of electrovalent bond, where we got attraction due to opposite charge between two different spherical balls, in covalent bond, where we got force of attraction between the valence electron and the nucleus, and this will cause stability in the case of covalent bond. So we have studied two type of bond. One is investment theory of business, second one is partnership theory of business. Now let's move to the next one. And what is that? Coordinate bond. Now if we look at the coordinate bond, what it is, generally to make it clear, I call it as Krishna Sudama friendship. Krishna Sudama friendship, why I am calling that. Now in this, A will have money for investment and A has knowledge of business. It is running its own business. A has everything. A has gained everything. A has got a stability octet rule. It is fulfilled. But B is it childhood friend and it is on zero, nothing, neither investment nor knowledge, not any business experience, nothing. Just out of that friendship, what it does, it makes him a part of the business in such a way that B will just take care of one division of him. He has complete faith on B that he is his childhood friend. He will not make any money fraud something. So he can give some monetary part of look after for that person. So here A and B are representing two elements or two group of elements where A has gained its stability. A has whatever it needed. B do not have anything. But even they will form a bond just so that I have stability, let me make my friend stable also. Now let's take an example. Now we have studied about ammonia. Ammonia was happy. Why? Because it has octet. It has 8 electrons. It do not need anything. But hydrogen is his friends. One more of his childhood friend comes here. H plus. Hydrogen had 1 electron. Someone has taken it. So now hydrogen has just a vacant orbital, nothing else. It is on 0. It do not have any electron. What nitrogen will do? Nitrogen will give its money to him, some amount of money, some amount of electron, 1 electron. And due to giving of that electron, 1 electron is given, it will gain positive charge and will have 1 electron. Now after gaining electron from here, this H plus will become neutral. It was having positive charge, one electron gained, it become neutral, it also gains one electron. Now they will have business with this money only. So what is the mode of business this is? Ki I have given, chalo, I have given 10 lakh rupee to someone, we started a business, whatever profit you earn, you will give me back. Right now? So here, both, it is just like a sharing of electron. It is nothing but sharing of electron. Nothing new over here. But both the electron, all the money of that sharing is given by a single element. So it is nothing but same to same as that of covalent bond. It is sharing of electron. Electron is getting shared. But in that sharing, both the electrons are given by a single element. All the money that is of that business is given by a single element, that is nitrogen. So now they will form NH4 plus, that is ammonium. Now here what happened? Has nitrogen lost its octet? No. Even after giving it shared it has gained, it has octet. Hydrogen got it to it. Right now? So one group was completely stable, had gained stability, but another group that was his childhood friend has nothing, but even then they make a bond by giving both the electron from his own side. This will be a coordinate bond. This is known as coordinate bond. So coordinate bond is nothing but sharing of electron, right? So main thing that we know, that once a coordinate bond is formed, it will have all the properties as that of the covalent bond. It will have the property same as that of the covalent bond. All the property will be same. There will be no difference between a covalent bond or coordinate bond after formation. Okay, so we have studied three types of bond, that is ionic bond or electrovalent, covalent bond and coordinate bond. So till now what we understood in bonding, why bonding is taking place? Till now we know to gain stability by achieving octet configuration, by achieving noble gas configuration, by having 8 or 2 electrons in its outermost orbit. How they will do it? By forming a bond. How this bond can be formed? This bond can be formed either by electrovalent bond or covalent or coordinate. In electrovalent, there will be gain and loss of electron. In covalent, there will be sharing of electron. In coordinate, first one will donate, then share. Okay, so we have three different methods of gaining octet: by electrovalent, by covalent, and by coordinate. So we will keep till here only. Next day, we will go for chemical bonding. We will go in little detail of that. Okay, now some properties. Till then, you have a 10-minute break before the next topic starts, next subject starts. So tomorrow we will complete this chemical bonding. So bye everyone. Let's meet tomorrow again.
ठीक है, एक सेकेंड. Good morning to all of you. Let us continue where we have stopped yesterday. We'll continue with the problems on displacement time graph. The displacement versus time graph for a body moving in a straight line is shown in the figure. Which of the following region represent the motion when no force is acting on this? Check. When no force is acting, you will have to consider there will be no acceleration. Means velocity must remain constant. You check this part, CD is just a straight line. Think about this word when no force is acting. What do you mean by no force? No force means body doesn't have any acceleration. When body will not have any acceleration, it means your body is moving with constant velocity. The slope of displacement time graph gives you velocity. So it will have positive slope, straight line graph. It means particle will move with constant velocity. In this you see all this is curve. Here particle is at rest. Okay, no? So this is just a straight line. Here again particle is at rest. And then motion is non-uniform. So answer will be C, that is CD. Now move to next question. The displacement time graph shown in the figure represents. They have given you 4 alternate. First, constant velocity. Constant velocity means slope should remain constant. Tan theta should remain constant. Yeah? Velocity of the body is continuously changing. Velocity will be changing, it means slope will be changing. Instantaneous velocity. Of instantaneous velocity will be velocity at a particular instant. Yeah? Now, if you take this part, instantaneous velocity would also be changing. The body travels with constant speed up to time t1. So this time you take t1 and you have this part, body is moving with constant velocity. And after that you see displacement is not changing. This part displacement doesn't change. What do you mean by that? It means that in these 4 your answer will be D. Up to t1, 0 to t1, body is moving with constant speed, and after that body has stopped because its displacement is not changing. Let us move now to next question. You have velocity time graph of a body moving in a straight line is shown in the figure. They have given you graph in between velocity and time. Velocity into time, if we take, it will become distance or displacement, right? Now they are asking you displacement and distance traveled by the body in 6 seconds will be. First, go for distance traveled. Okay, no. For distance traveled, you will be considering complete area. V versus T graph, if you are taking area, it is giving you distance or displacement. So first, we are taking distance covered. So you'll have to take first this area. Let us name it 1, 2, and 3. What is area of first one? This is equal to, this is 2 seconds and this is 4 meter per second. So 4 meter per second into 2 second. Okay. Now second cancelled. You are getting 8 meter. 4 into 2, 8 meter. Now take area A2. Here this is 2, okay, no, meter per second, and here 4 minus 2 is 2. Directly can I write 2 into 2? It will become 4 meter. This is 2 and 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 into 2, 4 meter. Now go for A3. This one is 2 and this one is 6 minus 4, 2. This will become 4 meter. Clear to you? So how much you are getting? Distance traveled, okay, in that total length of the path you are considering. We will have to add all. 8 plus 4 plus 4. 16 meter will be distance traveled. So distance traveled, if you are considering distance, this will be 8 plus 4 plus 4 meter. It is becoming 16 meter. Clear to you? And now for displacement, there will be, you will have to consider the direction. In this, if you take here velocity is negative, time is positive, time will always be positive. Okay, no? But velocity is negative. So in this part, your displacement is decreasing. It means this distance covered you have taken A1 plus A2 plus A3. But if you are talking about displacement, this will be equal to, this part is negative, A2 part is negative. So this will be A1 minus A2 plus A3. How much you are getting? 8 minus 4 plus 4. This will become 8 meter. So displacement is 8 meter and distance covered is 16 meter. Please check where you have. Your answer is A, 8 meter and 16 meter. Clear to you? Let us move to next problem. They are telling you figure 1 and 2 below shows the displacement time graph or two particles moving along the x-axis. First, you check the two graph. In front of you it is. Now, they are asking you whether motion is uniformly accelerated. Both the particles are having a uniformly retarded motion. Particle 1 is having, particle 1 is having a uniformly accelerated motion when particle B is having a uniformly retarded motion. Two particles you have taken. First graph, let us analyze. This is the graph. This is 0. On x-axis you have taken time. On y-axis you have taken displacement, right? And graph is like this. Okay, no? If you take the slope, you know, slope of displacement time graph gives you velocity. If I take slope here, okay, no, this angle theta 1. If you take tangent here at this point, if you take tangent here, this angle is theta 2. Check which one is greater. Theta 2 is greater than theta 1. Now, tan theta will give you velocity. Displacement time graph, slope of the tangent at any point will be giving you velocity, instantaneous velocity at that point. So here what you are finding? You are finding that as time is increasing, velocity of the particle is going on increasing. If velocity will be increasing, it means that motion is accelerated. So for this particular graph, motion is accelerated. Now take this graph. If I am taking again time on x-axis, I have already told you time must be taken only on x-axis. If it is taken on y-axis, be alert for solving the problem. Now here you have displacement, and now the nature of graph you see there, it is like this. Yeah? Easily you can say, sir, here if you take the slope, this theta 1, here you see theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So tan theta 2 greater than tan theta 1. So here if I take velocity v2 greater than v1, motion is accelerated. Here this is theta 1 and here this is theta 2. What you are getting? Theta 2 is less than theta 1. So tan theta 2 will be less than tan theta 1. So v2 will be less than v1. It means that motion is uniformly retarded. Check. Here motion is accelerated. So this is accelerated, and here motion is retarded. Okay, no? Check where it is. Particle 1 is having a uniformly accelerated motion, where particle 2 is having a uniformly retarded motion. So answer will be C. Is it clear to you? Check again. If you have doubt, you can ask me. Now let us move to next problem. In the following graph, the distance traveled by the body in meter is. A bit in more depth, I will tell you about velocity time graph. Okay, no, one or two problems on VT graph they have given in displacement time graph. You should remember here that if we have velocity versus time graph, then area of VT graph gives distance covered or displacement. If particle is moving along a straight line path, distance and displacement will be same. Right? So here I will have to consider area, total distance. They are asking you distance. Total distance covered we can find out. Right now, so here first area here, second area here, third area here. Directly trapezium formula also you can use, but better I am taking two triangle. The triangle one area how much? You have half base into height. Half, this is beta base and this is height. Height is 10. So you have 10. Clear to you? Height is 10. So 2 5 times you are getting 50 meter. Now go for area 2, A2. this is equal to, this is 10 and this one is 10, 10 into 10, this is 100 meter. 20 minus 10 is 10 and this height is 10, 10 into 10, 100 meter. So this area is 50 meter, this area is 100 meter. Now go for third area, again it is triangle. Half into base into height. Half base is 10, 30 minus 20, 10 second. And this one is 10 meter per second. So this is 10, again it is 50 meter. They are asking you total distance traveled by the body, right now, and it is VT graph. It means that it is uniformly accelerated. Let us take this is T1, this is T2, this is T3. So from 0 to T1, your body is uniformly accelerated. And then from T2 minus T1 time, body had moved with constant velocity of 10 meter per second. Understand your graph clearly. It will help you for solving many problems. For example, this graph is useful. Suppose a train is there. It started from a railway station with uniform acceleration for some time. They will give you for half an hour. And then it is moving for 1 hour with constant velocity. And then it is uniformly retarded for half an hour. And now it is stopped at another railway station. They will ask you how much distance train has traveled or what is the distance between those two stations. Same graph you are going to get. And same technique you will adopt for solving that problem. Here you are adding total distance will be equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3. You will have 50 meter plus 100 meter plus 50 meter. This will become equal to 200 meter. Your answer is A. Understanding now? Clear to you? I am moving now to next problem, number 6. The displacement time graph, again they have given you, of a moving particle is shown below. Particle. The instantaneous velocity of the particle, they are asking you when it is negative. It will be negative when slope will be negative. Right now? Usually you take slope like this, positive. If slope is like this, here angle you are taking, if slope is negative, then instantaneous velocity will be negative. Check here. At point C, if I draw a tangent, slope is positive. If I take tangent here, slope is 0, particle will be at rest. If you take here your slope is negative. So instantaneous velocity at point E will be negative. At point F, again you are taking slope here. Slope is positive. All 4 points I am explaining to you. Here slope is positive. Velocity is positive. Here slope is 0. Particle is at rest or body is at rest. At E, slope is negative. It means that instantaneous velocity at point E will be negative. At point F, again slope is positive. Your velocity is positive. Clear to you? So here your answer will be point E. At point E, your instantaneous velocity is negative. Now, let us move to next question. Which of the following graph represents uniform motion. And then you check here, one by one we'll be checking. Start with this. Here, displacement is constant, not changing. Body is at rest. Clear now? Now, here, they are asking you uniform motion. Here, first slope is positive and then slope is negative. It means that you have constant velocity in one direction and then again you have constant velocity in negative direction. Suppose I am taking that particle had moved in positive x direction, then in positive x direction velocity is positive you are taking. After that, body had moved in negative x direction with uniform velocity. Here, slope is going on changing. It means that motion is accelerated. So, undoubtedly, these three are ruled out. Only fourth one you see that velocity is, fourth means first one. Okay? If you check this, here it is accelerated. Here, constant velocity in positive x direction, then constant velocity in negative x direction. Here, body is at rest. Here, you consider this theta, tan theta is constant. So, your answer is A, body is having uniform motion in case 1. Understood now? Let us move now to question number 8. Okay? Now, only these many questions were there. After this, if you want to study displacement time graph, I have explained to you. On the similar pattern, you can take speed versus time or velocity versus time graph. If particle is moving along a straight line path, then speed and velocity versus time, we are taking graph now. Okay, no? How will you plot this graph? Velocity will be a function of time. I told you time, a fundamental physical quantity. In Newtonian mechanics, all other physical quantities should depend upon time. Time will not depend upon anything. Right? So we will be considering a graph by taking time on x-axis, right? And we will take velocity on y-axis, right? If particle is moving along a straight line path and it is not returning, you can take a speed also. What are important points? First, suppose particle is moving with constant velocity. If particle is moving with constant velocity, means as time will increase, velocity will not change. Suppose particle is moving with constant velocity v naught. So we will take v naught and graph will be just a straight line. A straight line means particle is moving with constant velocity. Clear to you? Understanding now? This is particle moving with constant velocity. Graph will be straight line parallel to x-axis, time axis. Now, let us take second graph, time, it is 0, it is v. Particle has started to move from rest. Rest means here velocity is 0. And its motion is uniformly accelerated. The graph will be a straight line with positive slope, uniformly accelerated. You take slope of this graph, theta, if you take tan theta, it will give you acceleration. So this is giving you acceleration of the graph. Remember, velocity versus time graph, if at any point, maybe uniform motion or non-uniform motion, if at any point you draw a tangent and you are taking slope at that point, it will give you at that point what will be the acceleration of the body. If acceleration is constant, then slope will remain constant. So important point to remember, displacement time graph, when you are taking slope, it gives you velocity. Velocity versus time graph, if you are taking slope, it gives you acceleration. Clear? So this graph shows you particle has started moving from rest with constant acceleration. Now, I plot third graph. It will be important for you. Here 0, here t. From here I am taking it is V0, and it has moved like this. Clear to you? If it will move like this, it means that particle has initial velocity. Particle has started moving with certain velocity, initial velocity V0 you take, or you want U you can take. Suppose I am taking here time t. Then in time t, suppose it is V, your velocity had increased from V0 to V in time t. You can take slope anywhere, here or here. If I take slope, this angle I am taking theta. The tan theta will give you acceleration. And acceleration is rate of change of velocity. So here, if I take this graph, you can say that your acceleration is change in velocity by time. How much velocity has changed? Velocity has changed from u or v0 to v. The general symbol, if you want to take initial velocity u, then change in velocity is v minus u. In how much time this velocity has changed? This one has changed in time t, so this divided by t. And in this way you can derive v minus u will be equal to at. With the help of the graph also you can find out equation of motion. You are getting v equal to u plus at. Tell me, did you understand? Clear? If you take for here, then simply it will be at because u is 0. Clear? Here you are considering time, acceleration is 0, no change of velocity. Yes? Now, if I take next graph, suppose I have here 0, time on x-axis, velocity on y-axis. I want to show you uniformly retarded motion. So suppose at any instant it has velocity v0 and then graph have negative slope. If you take this theta, tan theta will give you uniform retardation. If I will take this time as t, in time t, velocity of the body has decreased from v0 to 0. Clear? v0 to 0. Motion is retarded, uniformly retarded. If velocity is decreasing, it means that on the body, force has acted in opposite direction to its motion. Okay? So for uniformly retarded motion, this is the graph. If graph is a curve, you know, when slope is constant, acceleration is constant. But if slope is going on changing, it means acceleration will be going on changing. We are not studying about that, because for solving those kind of problems, we need calculus, right? You can't use directly v equal to u plus at or s equal to ut plus half at squared. Those formulae you cannot use. Okay, no? So here what will happen? Okay, no? You have, if I have a graph in which motion is like this, and here you have v, here you have t, so you take here slope, take here slope, take here slope, everywhere slope is going on changing. Body moves with non-uniform acceleration. For constant acceleration, slope must remain constant. And if slope is 0, body is moving with constant velocity. Clear to you? Now, I'm going for, again back to this graph. Again, let me draw the graph. I am taking this graph. Here it is u, and here it is v, this is 0, and this is t. Time I have taken on this x-axis. You are taking like this. If I name, you will be taking A, B, C, D. In that way also you can take. Right now? If you are taking name O, A, B, C, D, E. Area of, many times I use this sentence, that area of VT graph will give you displacement. Right now, if you take area, so how much distance body will travel in time t, you can compute even by graphical method. One method is enough if you keep in mind, but by graph also you can calculate, because displacement is nothing but area of the graph. Okay, so here you have two area. You want to calculate distance or displacement of the particle in time t second. You will have to take this complete area. This complete area you want to take into consideration. So how much? So this will be, S will be area. Which one you are taking? OABC. OABC plus you are taking area CBD. This is a triangle. Am I right? You have got, just before this theta I have taken tan theta as acceleration. Right? So if you take this area, so this area will become OC into OA, and this area will be half base into height. Is it clear to you? Now, this is TOA is TOC is U. U into T plus half CB. Okay, no? Now, if you are taking CB, it is T. And you will take BD. BD is V minus U. Okay, no? Now, if I am taking slope, slope gives you acceleration. Acceleration equal to V minus U by T. So V minus U will become AT. Clear to you? So how much it will become? UT plus half T, and this is AT. You are getting S equal to UT plus half AT squared. The most important point, only two related to speed versus time, velocity versus time graph, you must remember. Slope gives acceleration. Area for a given time interval, whenever you are considering, it will give you displacement or distance covered. Undoubtedly, at any particular instant, that is instantaneous velocity, you can certainly find out. Okay, no? And if you take slope at that particular instant, you can find out acceleration at that particular instant also. But in all these four, important only 2 points you have to remember. Point number one, okay, instantaneous velocity. Point number two, its acceleration. Slope will give acceleration. Point number three, area of VT graph gives displacement of the body. Understanding now? If you understood this, then any equation of motion we can derive with the help of these graphs. In more depth for non-uniform acceleration, how we will be using calculus, because V is dx by dt. A, remember, I have given you two formula, dV by dt and V dV by dx. We'll be using those formulae for solving problems where acceleration is not constant. And those things we'll discuss when you'll be coming near us in the month of June in too much detail. But before starting those things, we'll be teaching you basic calculus. Not only calculus, okay, along with calculus, the basic algebra, trigonometry, everything we will be teaching you. Binomial theorem, exponential function, everything will teach you, then only we will start physics. At this time, just basics we are explaining to you. Now, we are going for classwork, area between speed-time graph. Okay, no. Area between speed and time graph, how much it will be? They say you area between speed time graph and time axis gives. Already you know. Speed versus time graph and area. Undoubtedly it will give you distance covered. Area between velocity time graph, it will give you displacement of the body. So this question is damn easier. You are getting distance covered. Clear to you? Area between speed versus time. Let me take again example. I'm taking here I'm taking speed, here I'm taking time. This is 0. This area I'm taking. Half base into height. If you'll take half base into height, okay, no, it will be giving you distance covered by the body. It will become how much? Half base is T, height is V, or let us take it as V naught, then half T into V naught. This will give you the distance traveled by the body in time T second. Okay? Let us move now to next question. The velocity time graph of a body moving in a straight line is shown in the figure. Displacement and distance traveled by the body in 6 seconds are respectively. We have done this problem. Right now. But again, let us learn what is there. As many times you will be learning, you will be repeating, okay, no, that much better concept will be developed. You remember in school your teacher was telling no something to repeat 5 times, 6 times. Imposition they were giving you. So this problem you have already done. Perhaps numerical value also is same. Let us do it again. They are asking you distance covered and displacement. And graph is, okay, no, in between velocity versus time, you will be considering area. So this one I am taking area 1, this one is area 2, this one is area 3. Area 1, it is a rectangle. So this one is 2 second, 2 second into this one is 4 meter per second. Second cancel. How much you are getting? 8 meter. Now, next A2, this area, you have this 4 minus 2 and this one is 2. So you will have 4 meter. Undoubtedly it is negative. When you will be considering displacement, this must be subtracted. Okay? It is negative displacement. And now you will be taking area A3. This one is 2, 6 minus 4. This 2 you got by subtracting 4 second from 6 second. 2. This is 2 second and this height is 2, okay, no, meter per second. Second cancelled, you got 4 meter. Now, distance covered how much? Distance covered in time, they have told you in 6 seconds. In time 6 seconds, this will be A1 plus A2 plus A3, 8 plus 4 meter. This will become equal to 16 meter. This is distance covered by the body. Now displacement, you will have to take the sign positive and negative. So area A1 positive, A3 positive, because in these two cases the time will always be positive. But for A1 and A3 velocity is positive. For A2 velocity is negative. You will have negative displacement here, here positive displacement, here positive displacement. So displacement, if you are considering in 6 seconds, how much you are getting? Displacement will become A1, 8, A2 minus 4, A3 plus 4. How much you are getting? 8 meter. In 6 seconds, displacement of the body will be 8 meter and distance covered is 16 meter. Your answer is 8 meter and 16 meter. Did you understand this? Clear to you? If you understood this, now let us move to next question. You will have for the velocity time graph shown in the figure, what fraction is the distance covered by the body in the last second of the total distance covered in all 7 seconds. They are asking you, check. They have given you velocity versus time graph. Okay, no? This part motion is uniformly accelerated. This part, body is going with constant velocity. This part, motion is uniformly retarded. And finally, at 7 seconds, velocity becomes 0. Body has started moving from 1 second, means 0 to 1 second, body was at rest. 0 to 1 second, from here till here, body is at rest. From 1 second to 3 seconds, motion is accelerated. From 3 seconds to 5 seconds, body had gone with constant velocity of 10 meter per second. And from 5 to 7 seconds, motion is uniformly retarded. And finally, at the end of 7th second, body had come to rest because your velocity becomes 0. I told you, for solving any problem in physics, there are 3 steps. First step, you must understand clearly what they have given to you. I hope you understood what they have given to you. Now, step 2, what are they asking from you? What are they asking from you? They are asking you what fraction is the distance covered by the body in the last 2 seconds. 2 terms you have, and you will have to find the fraction. Means ratio. Distance covered by the body in the last 2 seconds. Now, in last 2 seconds, you will be considering this area, and then they are telling you total distance covered. Total distance covered, if you are taking, then you will have to take this complete area. The first you take in last 2 seconds, area of heated graph gives you displacement. So it will become equal to half, base is 7 minus 5, and height is 10. So you got half, 7 minus 5 is 2 into 10. 2 cancel, you got 10 meter. Velocity is in meter per second, time is in second. Sometimes unit also play very important role better. Mostly problems will be in SI, International System of Units. But sometimes they may give in CGS, they may give in FPS. Be alert by checking the unit. So here we have distance traveled in last 2 seconds, you have taken 10 meter. Now total distance covered, for that you will have to consider total area. Now total area, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, A1, triangle beta, half, base into height, again cancel, it is 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 cancel, you got 10 meter. A2, it is rectangle, so it will become 5 minus 3, and this is 10 into 10, this is 20 meter. Clear to you? And now you are considering A3. A3 already you have got it, it is 10 meter. The total distance covered, how much you are getting? You have 10 plus 20 plus 10, this will become equal to 40 meter. So total area is 40 meter. They have asked you, what is the ratio of distance covered by the body in last 2 seconds? Means they had asked you A3 by A. Now, how much A3 is? Your A3 is 10 meter. Clear to you? And A is 40 meter. So this ratio is 1 by 4, meter, meter cancelled, 0, 0 cancelled. No unit, 1 by 4. Check here, your answer is B. Very famous graph it is. Okay, no, this type of graph, one example I have given you for train. You can take even for lift. A lift is at rest. Many times you people have, okay, travel in lift. Lift is going up with constant acceleration for some time. And then it is going with constant velocity. And then its motion is retarded and it was stopped. The building in which I am taking now class, 6 floors are there. Suppose from ground floor I started, and directly from 0 to 6th floor lift is moving, and I will say that 0 to 1st floor it is accelerated, and after that 1st to 5th floor it has gone with constant velocity, and then from 5th floor to 6th floor it was uniformly retarded, and finally on 6th floor it had come to rest. Nature of graph, V versus T will be same this graph. They will ask you, what is the height of 6th floor from the ground? Again, you will be taking the area of V versus T graph. You will be getting the height of 6th floor from the ground. Okay, no? So, this type of graph will play very, very important role for solving the problem. A child has asked me, sir, we cannot solve by using equation S equal to ut plus half ATS square or V equal to U plus AT. Yes, we can solve. It will take a bit more time. If you use the concept of graph, you can easily solve this kind of problem. Okay? Now, we are moving to next graph. Which of the figure corresponds to a cast when the body travels for a certain time with uniform acceleration and then with uniform velocity for rest of the time? Okay, no? Check. Each graph we will analyze. Our goal is to understand clearly, not only to get the answer. Basic concept should be crystal clear for us. So all the 4 graphs, let us try to understand. First graph I want to analyze. Graph is V versus T. A positive slope we have, it is accelerated. Negative slope we have, it is uniformly retarded. So here, this slope is positive. I am analyzing case A. It is accelerated, uniformly accelerated, because at every point slope is constant. Then it has attained this much velocity. And then slope becomes negative. It means that body is now retarded. Now body is retarding, and at every point you take this slope, it is constant. Means it is uniformly retarded. The case 1, body has started from rest with constant acceleration, and after some time body has uniformly retarded and finally it has come to rest. That is your case A. Now I am taking case B. Here you see, here up to this much time, let us take T1, this one is T2. From here till here, if it is 0, from 0 to T1, body had moved with constant velocity. So 0 to T1 body's velocity is not changing. Body doesn't have any acceleration or retardation. After that, body, you see this, T2 minus T1. For this much time, body has uniformly retarded. Why? Slope is negative. uniform. Why? Because at any point you draw tangent on this line, the slope of the tangent will remain equal. So this graph shows you for time t1, 0 to t1, body had moved with constant velocity, and after that body's motion is uniformly retarded. Check case C. Here this angle is tan theta. If I take this time t1 and this time t2, this one is 0. From 0 to t1, motion is uniformly accelerated. Again, same region. Your slope is constant, so acceleration is constant. Body had moved from 0 to t1 time with uniform acceleration. And after t1, check here, slope becomes 0. Means after t1 up to t2, body had moved with constant velocity. So this case is, first motion is uniformly accelerated, initial velocity is 0, and after some time, means after time t1 I have written, in the problem they have not given you. After time t1 to t2, body had moved with uniform velocity. Now take D. Clear it is. In D, there is no slope. Slope is 0. Means the acceleration is 0. When acceleration is 0, I will take its name like V0. Body had moved with constant velocity. Is it clear to you? Body had moved with constant velocity. Now, let us read the question, what they are asking you. Which of the figure corresponds to a case, not cast, to a case when the body travels for a certain time with uniform acceleration and then with a uniform velocity for rest of the time? This is the question now. Undoubtedly, case 3, here body had gone from here till here with constant acceleration, uniform acceleration, and then with uniform velocity. This is uniform velocity and this is your uniform acceleration. Tell me, did you understand it clearly? Let us move now to next question. The acceleration of a moving body. This is for 9th day homework. The acceleration of a moving body can be found from the area under velocity time graph. Already you know. Area of VT graph, what it will give you? It will give you displacement. Right? So A is wrong. Area under distance time graph. If you take area under distance versus time, it will become what? Distance into time. Right now? Distance into time. No meaning. You will be taking C, the slope of velocity time graph. The slope of velocity time graph gives you acceleration. Already you know. Slope of distance time graph. Now, slope of distance time graph gives you speed. Here, they are asking you acceleration, slope of VT graph, answer is C. Understanding me? Clear to you? So, you check A, B, D are wrong answers. Correct answer is C. Now, let us move to next question. The velocity time graph of a body is shown in figure. They have given you V versus T graph. Calculate displacement traveled. Calculate, whenever distance is there, then we consider traveled. displacement directly we say, calculate displacement of the body, displacement of the particle in 10 seconds. Right? You know, area of VT graph will give you displacement. Now, get the area. So here, this area you will be considering. It is a triangle, OBA. So your displacement will be area of triangle OBA, half base into height. Okay, no? Okay, I will write here half OB into BA. 30 seconds, BA 20 meter per second. Knowingly I am writing like this so that I can cancel second. Clear? How much you are getting? 2, 20 is 10. You will be getting 300 meter. Is it clear to you? So, displacement of the body in 10 seconds from this graph, we are finding 300 meter. Clear to you? Now, next question. The variation of the velocity of a particle with time moving along a straight line is illustrated in the following figure. Again, graph is V versus T. So nicely our CBC book is there. In the beginning, they have given you all the questions related to distance or displacement versus time. Yes, 1 or 2 questions they have added from VT graph, but most of the questions were on distance versus time or displacement versus time. And in next exercise, you are getting all the graph related to speed versus time or velocity versus time. Then now, distance, displacement versus time, all problems we have done. Now we are doing velocity versus time. Now, what they have given to you, the distance traveled by the particle in 4 seconds. So, but this is 0, this is 4 seconds, and they are asking you total distance traveled. If they will say total displacement, also answer will be same here. Velocity is positive or it is 0. So first, I must take, okay, no, here velocity is 0. It is uniformly accelerated. Velocity is constant. Then it is retarded. But velocity, you just check here. Even though velocity is decreasing, but it is positive. Means displacement is going on increasing with time. Yeah, but rate is less. And then body had moved with constant velocity. I want distance traveled. I must take A1, A2, A3, A4. Clear to you? So, first this is triangle. A1, this will be equal to half, base is 1, and height is 20. You are getting 10 meter. Check half, 1 into 20, 10 meter. Now take A2. This is 2 minus 1. This is 1. Into it is 20. 20. This is your 20 meter. Clear to you? Now, I have to take this area. 2 ways are there. You can take a triangle. Or you can take a trapezium. A3, you will be taking half. Add this 10 plus 20. 30 into, you have added this plus this, and this is 3 minus 2, this is 1. So this is 15 meter. You can take it also as, here this is 10 and this is 1. 10 plus area of this triangle, half, base is 1, height is 10. So you are getting 2 5 times. Again you are getting 15 meter. Two ways are there. Area of trapezium you will be taking, or area of, you can take one rectangle and one triangle. You add these two, also you are getting the area. A3 you got. Now A4. 4 minus 3 is 1 and this one is 10. 4 minus 3 into 10, this is equal to 10 meter. They are asking you total distance traveled by the body in 4 seconds, means total area. So S will become equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4. This will be equal to 10 plus 20 plus 15 plus 10. How much you are getting? 5, 1, 2, 4, 1, 5. Okay, 55 meter. So total distance traveled by the particle in 4 seconds is 55 meter. I hope you understood it. Whatever time is allotted, it's over. Okay, I'll continue from here tomorrow. Now you'll have 5 to 10 minute break and then your math class will start. Okay, I'm stopping here. Thank you. Have a nice day. कितने रह गए यार?
Good morning, students. So yesterday we have discussed AP. So today we'll be discussing questions based on it, and then we'll be doing GP, geometric progression, right? Yesterday we have started sequence and series. Now today we'll be doing geometric progression and the question based on AP. Correct? Okay. I hope all of you have done the homework. APs, so you have done practice in 10th standard also, so there won't be much doubt in it. But let's see all the question. First question, the first three terms of an AP respectively are 3y minus 1, 3y plus 5, 5y plus 1. Then y equal to what? Right? Y equal to what? Okay. So let's say there are three terms, A, B, and C. Right? So what is the definition of the AP? The definition is that the difference between any two terms, right, B minus A will be equal to C minus B, right? B minus A will be equal to what? C minus B. So it will come here, so it will become 2B is equal to what? A plus C, right? This is a very important relation. 2B is equal to A plus C, or B is equal to A plus C by 2, right? Or B is equal to what? A plus C by 2. So there are three terms given here. Let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C, right? This is A, this is B, this is C. So can I say from here that twice of 3y plus 5 is equal to 3y minus 1 plus 5y plus 1, right? Same logically, because this is acting as B, this is what? A, and this is what? C, correct? So it will become 6y plus 10 is equal to minus 1 and 1 will cancel, it will become what? 8y. So we'll have 10 is equal to 8y minus 6y. So 10 will be equal to 2y. So y will be equal to what? 5. Correct? Y will be equal to what? 5. So y5 is option C. Understood? I hope this is clear to everyone. Next question. The sum of first 16 terms of the AP 10, 6, 2 is what, right? First 16 terms. So we have seen yesterday two formulas of AP, right? One was Sn is equal to what? N over 2 A plus L, right? Second was what? Sn is equal to N by 2 2A plus N minus 1 into D, right? 2A plus N minus 1 into D. Now they have given us the number of terms, right? They have given us N here. N is how much? 16, correct? And they have given the AP also. So in AP, we know the first term. This is A, right? And we know the AP. So I can actually find common difference. Common difference D will be what? 6 minus 10. It will be how much? Minus 4. Right? It will be how much? Minus 4. So it is decreasing. Right? Can you see? It is decreasing. If it is decreasing, right, I can write 16 by 2, 2 into A, which is 10, plus 16 minus 1 into D. D is how much? Minus 4. Right? So this will be 2 and 16 will cancel, so it will become 8. 8 into 20 plus 15 into minus 4. Correct? 20 plus 15 into minus 4. So this will be 8 into 20 minus 60. Right? 20 minus 60. So it is going to be how much? 8 into minus 40. Right? 8 into minus 40. If I do 8 into minus 40, I am going to get minus 320. Right? I am going to get minus 320. That is option A. Correct? So there is option what? A. So answer A is minus 320. It was a very basic formula. Out of the two formula of Sn, this one and this one we have used because we don't know the last term, which is the 16th term. That's why we are using this formula. Right? So I hope this is clear to everyone. Now we'll go to the next one. If the sum of n terms of an AP, if the sum of n terms of an AP is 3n square minus n, and its common difference is 6. Its common difference is given to be how much? 6. Then its first term is what? Right? So they have given us Sn. They have given us what? Sn. Sn is equal to what? 3n square minus n. Right? and they have given us common difference also. Common difference is how much? 6. Right? Common difference is how much? 6. Yesterday I told you that common difference, if they have given you Sn, common difference is double of coefficient of n square, right? Common difference is actually what? Double of coefficient of n square, which is twice of 3, which is how much? 6. Correct? Okay. So D we have got to be 6. Next, what they are asking the first term. So for first term, I have told you yesterday, S1 will be equal to T1, right? S1 will be equal to T1. So I'll just plug in 1 here, right? So I'll get 3 into 1 minus 1. So it is how much? 2. So the correct answer for this is how much? B, right? 2. This is a very simple question. You don't need to do anything. There was no requirement of actually common difference. We actually can find common difference from this information itself, right? Yesterday we have seen that. Okay. Now let's do the next question. Smith asked his daddy to give 100 rupees on the first day and go on decreasing by 10 rupees daily, right? Go on decreasing by 10 rupees daily. How much money has he collected in 10 days, right? How much money he has collected in 10 days, right? So if you see, first day he had how much? On the first day, then the next day will be goes on decreasing, so it is going to be 90, then it is going to be what? 80, and so on. It is going to decrease, right? And they are asking on 10th day, right? On 10th day. So I will say we need to find the sum of this. Am I correct? Okay. So S10 we need to find, right? So 10 by 2, right? 2 into A, which is 100, plus n minus 1, which is 10 minus 1, into D. D is going to be how much? 90 minus 100, which is minus 10. Correct? 90 minus 100 is going to be what? Minus 10. So I'll be getting 10 into, divided by 2. This is going to be 200 minus, this is going to be 9. 200 minus 90. Right? 200 minus 90. So this is equal to what? 10 by 2 into 110. Right? So this will cancel. It will become what? 55. So the answer will be what? 550, which is option A. Right? Again option A. All right. I hope this is clear to everyone that first option A is correct. Any doubt is there? I think there is no doubt for this. It's a very simple question. Common difference is minus 10 and first term is A, 100, and they have asked the 10 days, N. Right? Okay. Let's do the next one. Which term of the AP 121, 117, 113 is the first negative term? Right? Which term of the AP 121, 117, 113 is the first negative term? This kind of question we have done yesterday, right? We have actually found Tn, right? So first we will find the common difference in this. So what is D? D is equal to what? Minus 4. Okay, D is equal to what? Minus 4. If D is minus 4, what I can do here? I can find Tn, right? Tn. Tn will be equal to 121A plus n minus 1 into D. D is how much? Minus 4. Right? D is how much? Minus 4. This has to be negative. This has to be negative. So I can say 121 minus 4n. Right? 121 121 minus 4n plus 4 is less than 0, right? So I can write 125 is less than 4n. It means n is greater than 125 by 4, right? N is greater than how much? 125 by 4, which is going to be 31.25, I guess, 31 point something, right? 31 point something. So n is greater than 31 point something, right? 31.25. So if n is 31.25, what will be the n? N will be equal to 32, because yesterday I have told you that what is the integer just after 31 point something, the integer is what? 32. Correct? So that's why the answer is going to be what? Option B. Right? The correct option for this is how much? Option B. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. Option 6, sorry, question 6. in an AP, if S5 plus S7 is equal to 167 and S10 is equal to 235, right? Find the common difference where Sn denotes the sum of its first n terms, right? First n terms. So what is S5? S5 is going to be sum of n terms, right? So 5 by 2, right? 2a plus 5 minus 1 into d, because we don't know the first term and the common difference, right? Okay, then S7 will be equal to what? 7 by 2, 2a plus 6 minus 1 into d, correct? Okay, so if I find out here, right, this will be how much? 5 by 2, 2a plus 4d, correct? 2a plus 4d. If I divide this with 2, so I will get 5a plus 10d, right? 5a plus 10d. Okay, here if I see, it is going to be 7 by 2, right? 2a plus, this is 7, right? 7, not 6. So 7 minus 1 is going to be 6d, right? So I will be getting 7 into a plus 3d, which is nothing but 7a plus 21d, right? It is going to be how much? 7a plus 21d. And they have given that S5, plus S7, right? S5 plus S7 is equal to how much? It is equal to 167. They have given it equal to how much? 167. So 7a plus 5a is going to be 112a, right? And 10d plus 21d is going to be how much? 31d, right? 31d. It is given to be 167. So we have one relation in A and D, right? We have one relation in A and D. Now we need the second relation. For second relation, what they have given? They have given you S10, right? So S10, if I find, S10 is going to be how much? S10 is going to be 10 by 2, 2a plus 9d, right? So this will cancel, it will become 5. So we'll have 10a plus 45d, right? 10a plus 45d. This is given to be how much? 235, right? I can divide everything with what? 5. Yes, I can divide everything with 5. So I will get here 47 is equal to 2a plus 9d, right? So this is another relation. This one is another relation. Now I will multiply this relation with what? This relation with 6, because 12a is there. Now we need to find the common difference. So I will multiply this with 6. So what I will get? 47 times 6. So 6 7s is 2, 4. So 282 is equal to 12a plus 54d, right? 12a plus 54d. Now if I subtract this equation and this equation, right? Subtract this equation and this equation, I will have 54d minus 31d. 54d minus 31d will be how much? 23d, right? It will be how much? 23d. And 282 minus 167, it will be how much? 12 minus 7 is 5. Then 7 minus 6 is going to be 1, and 2 minus, it is 115, right? It is 115. So if I divide 23d with 115, I think I'm going to get d is equal to what? 5, right? I'm going to get d is equal to what? 5. And it is there in the option. It's option B. Understood? I hope this is clear to everyone, this question. Okay. If 7 times the 7 terms of an AP is equal to 11 times its 11th term, right? Then its 18th term will be equal to what? I think this kind of question, or this question same, we have done it in last time. I don't remember the, yeah, I remember the answer. It is 0, right? 18th term will be coming to be 0, right? This question we have done yesterday only. So I'm not doing it right now. This question was a part of the example. So this question was done. The answer was how much? 0, right? So that's why we are not solving it. Then 8th question, right? What are they saying? How many terms of the AP 22, 20, 18 should be taken so that their sum is 0, right? Should be taken so that their sums will be what? 0. So we know the first term of the AP, right? Here we need to find what? N. N is the question where A is given to be 22 and D is given to be how much? -2, right? D is given to be how much? -2. Okay, so what I need to find? Sum. Sn, if I apply the formula, I'll get n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So this has to be 0 is equal to n by 2, 2 into 22, because a is 22, plus n minus 1 into -2, right? So this will become 0. You will have 22 minus n minus 1 equal to 0, right? 22 minus n minus 1 equal to 0. So I can say 22 plus 1 is equal to n, or I will say n is equal to what? 23, right? I will say n is equal to what? 23. So the answer is option C. All right. I hope this is clear to everyone. Option C. Then next, 9th, if the second term of AP is 13 and fifth term is 25, what is the seventh term, right? Second term of an AP is 13. T2 they have given to be how much? 13. And fifth term is given to be how much? 25. So T5 is given to be 25. What have they asked? They have asked about this seventh term. I think this kind of question also we have done, but I'll do it right now. What is T2? T2 is going to be A plus D. A plus D will be given to be 13, right? And T5. T5 will be equal to what? A plus 4D is given to be what? 25. If I just subtract them, right? Subtract them. I'll write it here. A plus D is equal to 13, right? So what I'll get? 3D subtraction I am doing. So 3D will be equal to 12. So D will be equal to what? 4, right? If D is 4, I can plug it in here and I'll get A to be 13 minus 4, which is how much? 9, right? A to be 9, right? If A is 9 and D is 4, then what do I need to find out? Seventh term. So A7, right? A7 will be equal to A plus 6D, which means 9 plus 6 into 4, which is 9 plus 24, which is going to be 33, right? It is going to be how much? 33. So the answer is what? Option B, correct? I hope this question is also clear. This type of question we have done yesterday, so I don't think will be a doubt in this, right? Then next one, in an AP, if A equal to 1, AN equal to 20 and SN equal to 399, then N is equal to what? Right? They have given A equal to what? 1. Last term also they have given, and they have asked SN, right? They have given SN. So we know SN is equal to what? N by 2 A plus AN, right? So I will say it is 399 is equal to N by 2 1 plus 20, right? So I will get N by 2 into 21, 399, right? Now if I divide 21 with 399, it will be proper divisible, and I think you will get 30, you will get 19, right? You will get 19, right? When you multiply 21 with 19, you will get 399, and then with this 2 will go here, so you will get N is equal to what? 38. So answer should be what? Option C, right? The answer should be what? Option C. I hope this will also be clear to everyone. Find the 20th term of an AP whose 7th term is 24 less than the 11th term, the first term being 12, right? This question also we have done, I guess, last time, but I'll do it again, once again. 7th term, right? They have given T7 is less. So I'll add 24 and it will be equal to what? T11, right? And first term they have given to be what? 12. So I will write A plus 6D plus 24 should be equal to A plus 10D, right? So A and A will cancel. you will have 24 is equal to 4D, or D will be equal to what? 6. If you have D 6 and A is how much? 12, right? A is how much? 12. So what I can do, we can find T20. T20 will be what? A plus 20D. No, it is going to be 19D. A plus 19D, right? So which is going to be, A is 12 plus 19 into 6, right? A plus 19 into 6. So this is going to be how much? This is going to be 12 plus 114, which is going to be 126, right? It is how much? 126. So it is option C, right? It is option C. I hope this is also clear to everyone. Option C. Next. In an AP, if Sn is equal to 3n square plus 5n and Ak equal to 164, then find the value of K, right? This question we have done yesterday only, and I have explained you that to find A, right, first term, to find A, I will just write S1 is equal to T1 is equal to A. It will be 3 plus 5, which is how much? 8, right? It is how much? 3 plus 5, which is 8. And common difference is twice of coefficient of n square, which is 3, it is going to be how much? 6. It is going to be how much? 6. So if it is 2 into 3 is equal to 6, then what are they asking? AK. So AK is going to be A plus K minus 1 into D, which is going to be 164, right? So A is 8 plus K minus 1 into 6 is equal to 164, right? So from here I can say 6K plus 2 is equal to 164. So 6K is equal to 162, right? 6K is equal to 162. So what will be the value of K? 162 divided by 6. I will get how much? It is going to be 27, right? So it is going to be how much? 27. Correct? I hope this is also clear to everyone. Okay, there were only 12 questions and this was the last question. So we have completed all the question of AP. All of them were simple. Most of them, including this one, we have already done yesterday. So there shouldn't be any doubt in this. Again, if you have any doubt in any of the question or any concept you have missed, then you can go to the nearby center and discuss with the doubt faculty available there. So the faculty will be available in any of the center from 2 to 5. Right, so you can go and discuss it there. All right. Now we'll start GP. Right. Today's topic is what? Second type of sequence, which is what? GP. It's a very interesting topic. Its name is what? GP. GP means geometric progression. Right, GP means what? Geometric progression. Now what is geometric progression? Let's understand, right? Just like AP, right, there is one more sequence or one more progression whose name is what? GP. And what does GP means? GP means if we divide any term of a sequence with its preceding term and this ratio is constant, right? This ratio is constant, then the resulting sequence is GP, right? The resulting sequence is what? GP, and this ratio is known as, common ratio, right? This ratio is known as what? Common ratio. It is denoted by what? Small letter r, right? It is denoted by what? Small letter r. Now, what is they are trying to say? Suppose there are T1, right, T2, T3, T4, so on like that, Tn minus 1, and last is Tn, right? If I divide any term with its preceding term, so if I divide T2 with T1, then T3 with T2, right? Then T4 with T3, so on, Tn divided by what? The preceding term, Tn minus 1, right? Tn minus 1. And all of this ratio, if it is coming to be constant, all of this ratio is coming to be what? Constant, right? Then, and it is equal to what? R. Then we say that this sequence is what? Geometric progression. This sequence is what? Geometric progression. So for a geometric progression, Tn divided by Tn minus 1, right? I'll write it here again. Tn divided with Tn minus 1 will be equal to what? R. And this R is known as what? Common ratio, right? This R is known as what? Common ratio. So I hope this is clear to everyone. What is the definition of GP? It is very similar to AP, but the only difference is in AP we subtract the preceding term, right? In here in GP, what are we doing? We are dividing the preceding term, and what we are getting the common ratio. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Now we're doing the next part where we will find out general term of the GP, right? General term of GP, right? General term of GP. So see, if I have A, let's say A is the first term, right? Then the second term should be what? AR. Then only when I divide AR with A, I'll be getting R, right? Then only I'll be getting what? R, right? Then AR square, right? Then AR cube, and so on, correct? This is the condition for it is to be what? GP. So this is what? T1, this is what? T2, this is T3, and this is T4, right? So you can see here that T3 is R square, T2 is R, T4 is R to the power 3. So can I say similarly Tn will be what? A into R to the power n minus 1, right? Tn will be equal to what? A into R to the power n minus 1, right? So I can say from here general term Tn is equal to A R to the power n minus 1. This is the formula for what? General term of a GP, right? Now in any GP, okay, this is a general term, right? Now in any GP, if R, right, if R is greater than 1, if R is greater than 1, then we'll say it is an increasing GP, right? It is an increasing GP. For example, I consider 1, 2, 4, right? Then 8, then 16, then 32, right? Then so on, right? So this GP, this is a geometric progression. Why? Because 2 divided by 1 is 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2, 8 divided by 4 is again 2, 32 divided by 16 is also 2, right? So this common ratio of this GP is how much? 2, right? And you can see it is increasing, right? It is what? Increasing, correct? And if R is between 0 to 1, right? R is between what? 0 to 1, then we will say it is a decreasing GP, right? Then we'll say it is what? Decreasing GP. For example, we'll write 1 half, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, so on, right? In this case, half divided by 1 will be how much? 1. Half divided by 1 by 4 will be how much? 1 by 4 divided by half will be how much? Half. Then 1 by 8 divided by 1 by 4 will be again half. So this R will be equal to what? Half. And half is less than 1. 1 by 4 is less than half. 1 by 8 is less than 1 by 4. So we'll say it is what kind of GP? Decreasing GP. Understood? So you have to know when R is greater than 1, it is increasing GP. When R is less than 1, it is decreasing GP, right? And R can be negative also, right? R can be negative also. In that case, the terms will be one term is positive, one term is negative, right? So this will be coming. Understood? So I hope this is clear with respect to GP, correct? Tn is clear, decreasing GP is clear. Now we'll go to the next part in which we need to find Sn, right? Sn of a GP. Sum of n terms of GP, right? Sum of n terms of GP, correct? Now what is Sn? Let's understand this part, right? So let's say Sn is equal to what? Sn is equal to A plus AR plus AR square, right? So on till A r to the power n minus 1, right? This is the last term, Tn, right? And this is a Sn. Understood? Let this be the sum of the GP. Now, I need to find its sum, right? I need to find its sum. So what I'll do, I will multiply both sides with r, right? I'll multiply both sides with r. So on the left side, I'll get what? R into Sn, right? I'll get what? R into Sn. This here will be what? A into r. So if I multiply A with R, I'll be getting AR. I'm just writing this here on multiplying. One, I'm just keeping it blank. Understood? This space I am keeping it what? Blank. Okay. I'll write it here. Dash plus this is blank. Okay. Wait for the confusion part. I'll write Sn is equal to what? Cross plus AR. Right? This will become what? AR square, right? This will become what? AR cube, right? And at last, this will become what? AR to the power n. This term will become AR to the power n minus 1, right? AR to the power n minus 1. Am I clear? Now what I will do, I will subtract these two, right? I'll subtract these two series, right? So this and this will be subtracted. Right. Now what happens on the left side? Sn minus Rsn will be there, right? Sn minus R times of Sn. Right. This A, since there is a blank, it will be coming down. Right. There is nothing here. So A will be coming down. Now AR minus AR will be 0. AR square minus AR square will again be 0. And ARQ minus ARQ will again be 0. So this will cancel, this will cancel, this will cancel, and this will also cancel. So only thing remain is the last term, right? Only thing remain is what? The last term. So A minus A r to the power n, right? A minus A r to the power n. And if I take A common, right, I'll get 1 minus r to the power n. Here also, if I take Sn common, I will get 1 minus r, right? Sn will be equal to what? A into 1 minus r to the power n. Okay, now if I find Sn, to find, we wanted to find Sn, right? So for Sn, what I'll do, I will just divide this. I will just divide this, right? So what I will get? A into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r, right? Sn will be equal to what? A into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r, right? I hope this is clear to everyone. This is the formula of sum of n terms of GP, right? Sum of n terms of GP, all right? Okay, this is the formula of n terms of GP. This formula generally we use when R, mod of R is less than 1, right? Okay, but actually you can use in both the ways, so I'm not giving you this information right now. Just consider this only. Sn is equal to A into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r, right? You can add in this way. Understood? Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone, right? What we have done. I'll repeat once again so that it is clear. Sn. To find Sn, what have I done? This series was given. I multiplied both sides with what? R. If I multiply with R, this will become AR, this will become AR square, this will become AR cube, and the last term will become AR to the power n, right? Now, if I subtract this, on the left side I will have what? Sn minus Rsn, right? Here A will be coming down, right? Everything will be cancelling out. Only thing will remain is AR to the power n, and which I have written here. A I have taken common. From here Sn I have taken common. It will become 1 minus R, right? So Sn will be equal to what? A into 1 minus r to the power n, 1 minus r. Okay, I hope it is clear to everyone. Right? Now, there is one part which is sum of infinite GP. Okay, I am doing it today only. Tomorrow we'll be doing questions based on that. It's sum of infinite GP. So I'm writing it here. Sum of infinite GP. Right? Sum of infinite GP. Right? What does infinite GP means? Right? So the sum, I will first write the formula of S infinity. S infinity is actually equal to what? A upon 1 minus r. Remember this? S infinity is equal to what? A upon 1 minus r. And when it is applicable, it is very important. When does this formula is applicable? When mod of r is less than 1. Right? Or you can say, right, mod of r is less than 1. Right? Or r is less than 1 and minus 1. Right? You can also say r is between minus 1 to 1. This formula is only applicable at this time, right? Otherwise it is not applicable. Okay, I will explain it. How does this formula comes? If you understand that part, it is okay. If you don't understand, still it is fine. You just need to know the formula and the condition when it is applicable. Correct? When r is between minus 1 to 1, then only S infinity will exist. Otherwise it will not exist. All right? Okay. Now let's understand how this formula comes. For this, I'm going to take an example, then I'll explain this. So let's consider a GP 1, 1 by 10, 1 by 100, 1 by 1000, and so on. Right? It is going till infinity. It is going till what? Infinity. Now if you see, what is the common ratio here? 1 by 10 divided by 1 is 1 by 10. 1 by 100 divided by 10 is 1 by 10. So the common ratio here, right? Common ratio here will be how much? 1 by 10. Correct? Which is actually in the range of minus 1 to 1. Am I correct? Which is actually in the range of what? Minus 1 to 1. Correct? Now, if I want to apply just normal regular formula Sn for this particular GP, what it will be? It will be equal to A into 1 minus. I'll write the formula here. Sn is what? A into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r. Right? Sn is equal to this. Now it will be coming, A is this, r is how much? 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 to the power n upon 1 minus 1 by 10. Am I clear? Okay. Now this is Sn. Right? Now Sn is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 10. Right? Minus 1 upon 10 to the power n upon 1 by 10. Am I clear? Now see, we need to find S infinity. What do I need to find? S infinity. Right? So in this formula, if I just put n equal to infinity, in this formula only, if I just put in this formula, if I just put n equal to infinity, will this part of the question change? Sorry, will this part of the formula will change? No. This is what? A upon 1 minus r. This formula, this part will not change because it doesn't contain any term of what? N. Am I clear? But this part will change. What will happen to it? Let's understand. So if I put n equal to infinity, what will I get? 1 upon 10 to the power infinity. Correct? Now see, 1 upon 10 is 0.1, 1 upon 100 is 0.01, 1 upon 1000 is 0.001. So as I am increasing the power, as I am going this side, these numbers are actually decreasing. So what will be this number? This number will be almost equal to 0.0000 something, very much 0 equal to 1. Right? That's why for S infinity, we almost consider this part to be what? 0. Right? This part to be what? 0. So the only thing remains is this part, which is A upon 1 minus r. This thing will become what? 0. That is why we just say for S infinity, this part of this becomes what? 0, since r is between minus 1 to 1. That's why the formula of S infinity I have written, and here is how much? A upon 1 minus r. Right? I hope this is clear to everyone. How does this formula comes? Right? Now the theory of GP and infinite GP is completed. Today we'll be doing questions, example based on both of it, and tomorrow we'll be discussing more questions and questions based on GP and infinite GP. All right. So let's do examples now. Just give me a minute. The theory is completed. Now let's do example. Right, what are the examples? Let's understand. First example of GP, they are saying the nth term of the series 3 comma root 3 comma 1, right, comma 1 is 1 upon 243, then find n, right. They have given that nth term of this particular GP, right, is how much? 243, then we need to find n, correct? So what I'll do here, understand, see, we know A is equal to what? 3, correct? And R will be equal to what? Root 3 divided by root 3, which will be how much? 1 by root 3, right? Which will be how much? 1 by root 3. R is this. Now I have A, I have R, so I can write Tn formula. Tn is what? A into R to the power n minus 1, right? Tn will be equal to what? A into R to the power n minus 1. If I write Tn, which is given to be as 1 upon 243, A is 3, right? A is 3, and R, actually we can write it to be what? 3 to the power minus half, right? For simplification purpose, it is writing as 3 to the power minus half. So what this will become? 3 to the power minus half to the power n minus 1, right? 3 to the power minus half to the power n minus 1, right? So now what will I have? 243 is actually what? 243 is 9 cube. So it is 3 to the power minus 6 on the left side, correct? Now this is how much? 3 to the power 1, and this will be 3 to the power 1 minus n by 2, right? 3 to the power 1 minus n by 2, right? So it will become 3 to the power 1 plus 1 minus n by 2, right? So I will have 3 to the power 2 plus 1 minus n divided by 2, and it is equal to what? 3 to the power minus 6, correct? So 3 and 3 will cancel. Minus 6 into 2 will be equal to what? Minus 12, which is equal to 3 minus n, right? Minus 12 equal to 3 minus n. So can I say that n is equal to 3 plus 12, which is how much? 15, right? N is equal to how much? 3 plus 12, which is n equal to what? 15, correct? Understood? I hope it is clear to everyone, this question. Okay, next question we'll do. In a GP T1, right? T1, no, not T1, T2 plus T5. T2 plus T5 is equal to how much? 216, and T4 is to T8. T4 is to T8 is given to be 1 is to 14, right? Is given to be 1 is to 14. Actually it is 4. 1 is to 4, right? And all terms are integer, and all terms are integers, right? Then find its first term. Then find its first term, right? Find its first term. So what I will do in this question, let's understand. Right, let's do this question. So what are they saying? T2 plus T5 is equal to 216 and T4 is to T8 is equal to what? 1:4, right? So first I will write what is T2 and T5 going to be, right? T2 will be equal to what? AR, and T5 is going to be what? AR to the power 4, which is equal to what? 216, right? Is equal to what? 216, okay? Now this is one relation. Second relation they have given is that T4 is to T8. What is T4 upon T8? They have given it to be 1/4, right? So what is T4? T4 is going to be AR cube, and T8 is going to be how much? AR to the power 7, which is going to be 1/4. So A and A will cancel, R cube will cancel, so I'll have R to the power 4 equal to 4, right? So R equal to what? √2, right? R equal to what? √2. It can be positive, negative both, but I think it is going to be positive. R equal to what? √2. If I have R equal to √2, what I can do? I can just plug in the value here, right? R equal to √2. So what I can say? I can say from here that A into √2, right, plus A into √2 to the power 4, right, is equal to what? 216. But they are saying all terms are integers, right? They are saying all terms are integers. Okay, I think there is a correction here. This is not T8, this is T6. Okay, it is T6. Oh, wait a minute. I'll take everything. There is a correction, otherwise this question will not be coming. But it is T6, right? So T2 was AR plus AR to the power 4 is equal to 216, right? And T4 is how much? AR cube, and T6 is how much? AR to the power 5, which is equal to what? 1/4, right? So I will cancel A and A, right? R cube, this will become R square. So I will say R square equal to 4, or R is equal to plus and minus 2, right? R is equal to plus and minus 2, right? Now once I can consider R to be 2, and other time I can consider R to be minus 2. We'll get two different answers. Let's see. So if I take A common in this, I'll get R to the power 4 plus R is equal to 216, right? Now let's take R equal to 2, right? If I take R equal to 2, I'll get A into 16 plus 2 is equal to 216, right? So A into 216 divided by 18, right? And if I take R equal to minus 2, right? If I take R equal to minus 2, I will get A into 16 minus 2 is equal to 216, right? So A is equal to 216 divided by what? 14, correct? Now which of this is going to give me an integer? We need to see, right? So 216 upon 14 is not going to be an integer, right? It is not going to be an integer because it is going to be 108 divided by 7, right? But 216, if I divide it with 2, what I am going to get? I will get 108 divided by 9, right? And this is perfectly divisible by 12. So answer is what? A is equal to 12, right? It has to be an integer. They have given the information that the terms are what? Integers. Understood? I hope this question is also clear to everyone. A is equal to what? 12. Okay, next question. Next question is saying 3 numbers forms an increasing GP if the middle number is doubled, if the middle number is doubled, right, then the new numbers are in. Then the new numbers, right, are in AP. Right, the new numbers are in what? AP. Then we need to find the common ratio of the GP. Find common ratio of GP. Right, find the common ratio of the GP. So let's see how will I do this question. Right, they have sent 3 numbers forms an increasing GP. What does increasing GP means? I told you increasing GP means R will be greater than 1. Right, R will be greater than 1. That is very clear. Okay, then next thing what they are saying, 3 numbers. So what are the 3 numbers? 3 numbers are A, AR and AR square. Right, AR and AR square. If the middle number is doubled, if I double the middle number, that is A, 2AR and AR square, these are in GP, right? And this they have given it to be in what? AP. Right, this they have given it to be in what? AP. If it is in AP, can I say, I told you 3 numbers are in AP, then twice the middle term, 2B, is equal to A plus C. Right, twice B is equal to A plus C, so it will become what? 4AR is equal to A plus AR square. I can cancel A from everywhere. Right, now I will be getting a quadratic in R. Right, what is that quadratic? It will be R square minus 4R plus 1 equal to 0. I will take this 4R this side. So R square minus 4R plus 1 equal to 0. Right, now if I want to solve it, it is not factorizable. If it is not factorizable, the only method left is what? Completing the square. So if I do completing the square, what will I get? R is equal to 4 plus or minus square root of B square, right? What is B square? 16, right? Minus 4 into A into C upon 2 into 1, right? So R will be equal to 4 plus minus root 12 divided by 2, right? So R will be equal to 4 plus minus 2 root 3 divided by 2, right? If I divide this with 2, I am going to get R is equal to 2 plus root 3, and from here I am going to get R is equal to 2 minus root 3, right? R equal to 2 minus root 3, right? So, but this number has to be rejected because root 3 value is 1.7 something, right? So 2 minus 1.7 is going to give me point something, right? This is actually, this value will be how much? 0 point something. And they have already said that it is an increasing GP, right? It is an increasing GP. So for an increasing GP, R has to be more than 1, right? R has to be more than 1. So if R is more than 1, I will say R equal to what? 2 plus root 3. Okay. So I hope this is clear to everyone. R will be equal to 2 plus root 3. Correct? So this is done. I guess this question is also done. Then next question. Find out the GP if the fifth and second term, fifth term and the second term of a GP are 81 and 24 respectively. Right? We need to find the GP. We have to find the GP means what? We have to write the GP. What is the GP here? Right? Okay. So what they have given, fifth and the second term of a GP are 81 and 24. Right? Fifth and the second term. So what is T5 in GP? In GP, what is going to be T5? T5 is going to be what? A into R to the power 4. Right? And it is given to be how much? 81. Right? And T2, which is going to be AR, right? AR, it is given to be how much? 24. Right? And if I divide them, this and this, so what I will get? T5 divided by T2 is equal to AR to the power 4 into AR is equal to 81 divided by 24. A and A will cancel. R to the power 4 will cancel. So I'll get R cube. Right? R cube is equal to 81 divided by 24. Right? It means 27 by 8. Right? I will get 27 by 8. If R cube is 27 by 8, then can I say R is equal to 3 by 2? Right? Can I say R is equal to what? 3 by 2. If R is 3 by 2, right? R is 3 by 2. What I need to find out? I can plug in the value here and I can get the value of A now. Right? So A into 3 by 2 is equal to 24. Right? A into 3 by 2 is equal to 24. So now this will come here and this 3 divided will be getting 8. So A will be equal to what? 16. Right? A will be equal to what? 16. Now we have A to be 16 and R to be how much? 3 by 2. Now I can find any term of the GP. Right? So let's write down first few terms of the GP. So 16, then 24. Right? Then if I multiply with 3 by 2, I'll be getting 36. Right? And so on. Right? 36 and then so on. We do not need to write the next few terms. You can add one more and this fifth to be anyway, it is 81. So just divide with 2, you get 18. 18 into 3, if you do, you will get 54. Right? So this is how you got the GP. Right? You can find any term of the GP now because you have the first term, which is 16, and you have the common ratio, which is 3 by 2. Okay? I hope this is clear to everyone. Now let's do the next question. If the first term of a GP, first term of GP is A, right? Third term is B, right? Third term is B, and n plus 1th term, and n plus 1th term is C, right? Then 2n plus 1th term of GP is what? Is what? Please try to do this question. Okay? Just coming in 2 minutes. Just do this question, everyone. Okay, what are they saying? If the first term of a GP is A, third term is B, and n plus 1th term is how much? C. Then 2n plus 1th term of a GP is what? 2n plus 1th term of the GP is what? Okay. So let's do this. Alright. The first term they have given to be A only. Third term is B. If A, then AR and then AR square. This term AR square they have given to be what? B. So can I say R square is equal to B by A? Right. So from here I will get R is equal to what? Root of B by A. Right. What will I get? R to be equal to what? Root of B by A. Okay. And they have also given n plus 1th term. N plus 1th term is C. Okay. If n plus 1th term is C, so I will apply the formula of Tn. What is the formula of Tn here? Tn will be A into R to the power n, which is in this case it is n plus 1 minus 1, right? It is equal to what? C. They have given it to be equal to what? C. So what I will get? I will get A into R to the power n is equal to C. Can I say that R to the power n is equal to C by A? right? I can say that r to the power n is equal to what? C by a. I am not right now simplifying it, right? I am not doing anything, just I am keeping it as it is. Why? Because they have asked something 2n plus 1, right? So let's find out t 2n plus 1, right? T 2n plus 1, correct? So for t 2n plus 1, what I will do? I will write a into r to the power 2n plus 1 minus 1, right? Because this is n now. 1 and 1 will cancel. You will have a into r to the power 2n, correct? A into r to the power 2n. And we know what is r to the power n. So I can write this thing here, a into r to the power n whole square, right? Which will be a into c by a whole square, right? A into c by a. Why? Because from here we know that r to the power n is equal to what? C by a. There was no use of anyway the third term. They have just given for the confusing part, right? So if I put it here, what I am going to get? I am going to get a into c square by a square. So it means c square by a, right? It is going to be how much? C square by a, right? So there are 4 options they have given. The option number is D. Okay, I hope this is clear. This information, what the first part they have given, there was no use of this, right? There was no use of it, but still we try to use the information. We can only solve the question based on this part and this part. All right, I hope this is also clear to everyone. Now let's do the next question. Next question is a little interesting. What they are saying, if Sn equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon 2 square plus so on till 1 upon 2 to the power n minus 1, right? 2 to the power n minus 1, then calculate least value of n, calculate least value of n such that 2 minus Sn is less than 1 upon 100, right? 2 minus Sn is less than 1 upon 100, right? Okay, now let's do this question. Okay, so they have given Sn and they have asked us to compare this value. All right, so how we will solve this? First we need to find the value of Sn, right? First we need to find the value of Sn, right? So in Sn, if I write it here again, right, what is the number of terms here, right? Number of terms. In Sn, what is the number of terms? Number of terms, lot of people will say it is n minus 1, right? But it is incorrect. It is incorrect. Why? Because I'll explain. This is 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2. So from this term to this term, right? From this to this, there are total how many terms? N minus 1 term, right? From 2 to the power 1 to 2 to the power n minus 1, there are how many terms? N minus 1, correct? But there is one more term here. So n minus 1 terms plus 1 term is equal to what? N terms. So this is actually what they are asking, sum of n terms, correct? So Sn will be equal to a into 1 minus r is how much? Half to the power number of terms n upon 1 minus half, right? So it will become 2 into 1 minus half to the power n, correct? Why I have written 2? Because this will become half and then it will go up. So this is why 2 is coming, right? So now we have the value of what? Sn. Correct? We have the value of what? Sn. This value of Sn I am going to put here. Okay, so let's see what do I get. I am going to get 2 minus 2 into 1 minus 1 upon 2 to the power n is equal to 100. Is not equal to. It is less than 100, right? It is less than 100. Correct? It is less than 100. Okay. So now 2 minus 2 is 0. Right? And this minus 2 into this is going to be plus 2. So 2 upon 2 to the power n should be less than, I think it is 1 upon 100. It is 1 upon 100. So can I say 1 upon 2 to the power n minus 1 is less than 1 upon 100? Right? Cross multiply if I do, I will get 2 to the power n minus 1 should be greater than 100. Right? 2 to the power n minus 1 should be greater than 100. Correct? Now, which power of 2? Which power of 2 is actually greater than 100? Right? It is 128. Right? It is 128. So, I can say that 2 to the power n minus 1 should be equal to 128. It means least value, right? After that, after 128, then 256, all the numbers will be greater than 100. But the least number of the exponent of 2, which is greater than 100, is how much? 128, right? So if I check 128 is how much? 2 to the power 7. So can I say n minus 1 is equal to 7, or n is equal to what? 7. Right? Or I can say that n is equal to what? 7. Okay? No, sorry, I think n equal to 7 plus 1, which is 8. N equal to what? 8. Understood? N equal to 7 plus 1, which is 8. Right? This was an interesting question. This was based on some inequality comparison. So there can be a confusion. But I hope this will also is clear to everyone. All of you, it is clear. Right? Now let's do one last question. I think the questions are finished. Then tomorrow we'll do the questions on GP, right? So I will give you the homework for today, all right? Whatever is the homework for today, and then we'll clear it, right? So infinite GP is something which we are going to do tomorrow. We have only 2 examples on infinite GP, and theory we have already done. So I'm not going to continue the theory of infinite GP. We are going to practice more questions on infinite GP, correct? So today's homework. Today's homework will be on page number today's homework will be page number, it is page number 67, right? Today's homework is on page number 67, right? Worksheet 9. Right, worksheet 9. There are actually 2 worksheets, right? For sequence series, there are more number of questions. So there are 2 worksheets, I think, and for today you do worksheet number 9 only, right? Worksheet 9. Worksheet 9, all right? All 12 questions. All 12 questions. Right? From your CBC booklet, all this is homework for tomorrow. Right? Homework for tomorrow. Now, worksheet number 10, I am going to discuss tomorrow in the class itself, right? As an examples. And worksheet number 11, you can do as a homework for tomorrow. Okay, that we'll plan it tomorrow, but for today's homework is what? Worksheet number 9. I hope all of you have clearly understood GP. I'll just revise once again and then we'll end the lecture, right? So first we started with what? GP. What is the definition of GP? Right? If we divide any term of a sequence with its preceding term, then the resulting sequence is what? A GP. Right? We saw that T2 divided by T1, then T3 divided by T2, or the definition is what? Tn divided by Tn minus 1 is equal to R. Right? And Tn upon Tn minus 1 equal to R. This is the definition of GP. Just like in AP, if we take a difference of any term with its preceding term, the common difference is same. Right? In GP, the ratio will be same. Right? Then we found the general term. General term is what? A into R to the power n minus 1. This is the general term formula. Right? Then we understood that for a GP to be increasing, R has to be greater than 1. Right? And for decreasing GP, R has to be between 0 to 1. Right? We saw in 2 examples also. Then we saw sum of n terms of GP, right? Sum of n terms of GP, we saw the derivation, but derivation is not important. Important is this formula, Sn is equal to what? A into 1 minus r to the power n upon 1 minus r, right? And from here only we derive the formula of S infinity, right? S infinity is how much? A upon 1 minus r. But S infinity, we'll talk about it tomorrow, that S infinity has to be between what? Minus 1 to 1, right? R has to be between minus 1 to 1 for S infinity. Remember this, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, right? We understood how the formula of S infinity comes from Sn, right? This particular part of Sn becomes 0. So only thing left is A upon 1 minus r, right? Then n terms, there are some questions we have seen of GP, right? I hope all these questions are clear to everyone, all this stuff, and this is the homework for today, right? This is the homework for today, and let's end the lecture. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll finish sequence series. We'll be finishing questions on, doing questions on infinite GP, and we'll be taking these questions as homework, all right? Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow.